system and mine at a mass scale. That's not acceptable.
So that would be like the VNet model, right? That you aggregate the publicly available
Yeah,
information.
exactly. Aggregating publicly available material by web crawling is a perfectly acceptable format. That's everybody. That's a pretty well-known way a lot of businesses are operating. So that's fine. So your question about microtransaction, I would strongly urge you not to do either microtransaction or advertising. This is a business that you need to cast as a subscription business. This needs to be a software as a service business, a B2B software as a service business. You'll be able to monetize it a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, here, what is the reason why you're suggesting a subscription model here? I mean, what makes it suitable for a subscription-based model?
Because this is the best consumers, best customers for this kind of business, this kind of offering are businesses. So business to business situations where you're actually solving a problem for a business user can be monetized much more better because they have money to pay and they're willing to pay. They're used to paying for services. Businesses are not used to using services for free. Consumers are, which is why all this advertising and microtransactions, all these things are coming up. But advertising is not monetizing very well. As far as content is concerned, advertising is not monetizing very well. Yeah, so that's why I think that, however, the software as a service model is monetizing extremely well.
But this is not a software. This is data, as well as ours. This is a
Data as a
content.
service is also monetizing well. So in Entrepreneur Journeys Volume 3, there is a whole section called Cloud Computing, where I've dealt with software as a service, data as a service, information as a service, all of those models of whatever is the first alphabet as a service, information as a service, content as a service, data as a service. So you can get it by, you can get an ebook for now. You can later on you'll get it the book, but you should start reading up on that. And I think your business is a data as a service or information as a service business. The case study to look at is Inside View, and that's in the book. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Alum Club. Which city is this?
Wait. Hi Sramana, this is Vivek Kumar from
Hello,
Bombay.
Vivek.
Hey. Let me walk through. Alum Club is a complete alumni management solution to start with. If I were to tell you in one sentence, it's offered as a software as a service, a white label solution, and which completely maps the journey of a person as an alumni across any institution, as an alumnus across any institution, right from his college, his postgraduate, his corporate. So we map the complete journey of him as an alumnus of an institution. Next slide, please. So a brief understanding of what the current world is. If you were to see, we predominantly have alumni mapping through mailing groups, which is Yahoo groups or Google groups. The problem with that is we predominantly broadcast a message to those. The second one is social networks. Predominantly LinkedIn is used for the social connection. Again, it's not an authentic institutional representation if you were to see. And there's a lack of institution connect. People come in crowd there, that's one. But for an educational institution, at least in India as I'm talking about, the effective connection with the alma mater doesn't happen there. And thirdly, we're talking about rudimentary institution portal. I emphasize on the word rudimentary here because even though an institution portal exists, the connect does not happen because all the features are predominantly not engineered well. Next slide, please. Just a quick look at it. Alumni connection exists, but not too sufficient. I'll explain how in a matter of in a couple of minutes. Alumni institution do exist, but very sparse connect as I believe right now. Next slide, please. Okay, so why is an alumni system needed in the first place? For the education system, we're looking at funds, placements, which the alumni would placements or internship. And an alumni would like to come back and give back to the institutions in terms of being a guest faculty or visiting faculty. For corporates, there would be the hiring of the brand ambassadors, and for alumni themselves, it would be a job or a networking arena. Next slide, please. So what are we doing different in this world? As I said, it's an alum club, it's a white label solution. So it's iammade.alumclub.net or spjain.alumclub.net or harvard.alumclub.net. we've done fantastic innovations, which I'll be showing you in the next slide. Enable institutions to continuously engage with the alma mater, and we're also taking it offline by giving them meet enablers so that they can conduct events on a regular basis. Next slide, please. Okay, so just a quick look on this. On the topmost, I've just given you an analogy of Google is to niche searches, is to LinkedIn is to Alum Club. We are a very vertically focused alumni management service. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is a quick run through of the innovations that we've done. One is the reporting and filtering capabilities. So like for instance, at the outset, you can just see across the geographical map where your alumni is located. You'll be able to drill down, roll up, so you can slice and dice your data as per your will. For instance, if I were to connect to a person based out of Boston who belongs to the finance specialization, who works in an investment banking firm, I can do it at a click of a button. You want to connect your alma mater in a focused way, which is like say based out of New York, all the people who have passed out in the year 2000, so on and so forth, filter them, talk to them, engage them in a very specific way, which doesn't exist. The next one is the networking algorithm. What I find with, the same slide. Yeah, what I find with the current social networking problem is it's very ineffective. So if I do not know Sramana in LinkedIn, the only way I do is I come and search for Sramana, alright, and then I cold call you as please add me as your friend, and then basis your discretion of accepting me, we get to become friends. We reverse engineer this completely. What we're trying to do is let Sramana do what she does best. Let her blog, let her write messages, let her participate in discussions, and probably there's another person who is of a similar interest like Sramana out there, and the algorithm at the back end is going to determine who is going to be the potential connect and connect you both. So your networking is essentially outsourced to the algorithm at the back end. While search do exist, the conventional method of connecting do exist, we are enabling you connect with, so for instance, let me give you another thing. You passed out of MIT, there's a person who passed out say in 70s or 60s, hypothetically I'm just talking about, or 2007, who's probably of a potential connect to you. We ensure that connection happens at the back end. And the version 1.0 of the algorithm is out. We did a small pilot and it worked out fantastically well. Personalizer, what we have done is we've customized the entire alma mater to you. So as soon as Sramana logs in, she can actually go and say that, okay, see, I'm interested in retail, FMCG and biotechnology, whatever, from iPhone, whatever is your tag of interest, you can specify in there. Any group, any discussion, any alumnus who's pertaining to this is brought into your doorstep. We push it to you and saying that, okay, so this is of your interest, we also write the recommendation engine, this is very akin to your Amazon, or we also say that since you might be interested in pharmaceutical industry, biotechnology might be of interest to you. That's something which we push. Multiple institutes manager, this is another thing where you can manage all your institutions from one place. So no need to go into multiple Yahoo groups, LinkedIn. So you come in there, you'll be a part of say MIT, if you were a part of say Harvard. So all these institutions can be managed from one place. While at your discretion you can club the alumni together or view them separately if you will. And lastly, dynamic allocator. So this is a very small but very useful stuff. So at any point in time, an alumnus is a base of, it's basis to, it's a function of two elements, which is like, one is the location, one is the industry. So as an alumnus, if I belong to investment banking and I'm based out of Bombay, and if I were to change my industry to entertainment and New York, my entire world around me changes. My chapter gets reallocated to New York. I suddenly see a new set of people around me, and also my entertainment folks get changed. Next slide, please. Business model, we are charging a flat subscription to the institution. When I say flat, we are bucketing the institution as per the number of years of existence, and the number of alumni they possess. So basis that it's a very, very nominal fee. If they were to build this system, it's going to cost them phenomenally high. So for them, see, give you an instance, rupees 25,000 or 50,000 INR is what we're charging them. An annual subscription which is subject to renewal basis the usage of the system and targeted advertising on the alumni website.
And just add on to it, what additionally we are providing is collaborative, platform wherein some institution might come back saying that I need this feature, so I can provide that feature to say SPGen feature to I am saying that this is a feature probably is worth trying, unless they see that feature as a value-add feature, they can actually go and subscribe in that particular feature.
Okay, I got
Next
it.
slide, please. Last slide, and that's that. Next slide, last slide. So where is the status? We've already presented to leading institutions in India.